5 signs an elderly person may be in their final year. Subtle warnings you shouldn't ignore. If you are over 60 or caring for a loved one, you are likely standing on the edge of a biological threshold that most people are completely blind to until it is too late. Your body doesn't just stop. It sends out high-frequency, subtle distress signals that predict the final 12 months of life with shocking scientific accuracy. Missing these warnings means losing the chance to intervene, find comfort, or say what needs to be said. We are talking about a 2026 breakthrough in end-of-life mapping that every senior and caregiver needs to memorize right now to avoid a sudden, chaotic crisis. You won't want to miss the final habit, or 99% will miss the last tip and will be stuck with end-of-life uncertainty for life. The first subtle warning is what researchers call social triage. You'll notice a person who was once the life of the party suddenly losing interest in news, hobbies, or even extended family members. This isn't just grumpiness or depression, it is a profound metabolic conservation strategy. The brain is literally pruning its external connections to save every drop of energy for internal survival. When a senior starts declining invitations they once loved, their soul is often beginning to detach from the physical environment to prepare for what's next. Next, watch for the appetite pivot. In the final year, the body's fuel sensors begin to shut down. You might see a loved one move from eating full meals to just picking at food, or specifically losing interest in heavy proteins like meat. This happens because the liver and kidneys are slowing their processing speed, and the heat of digestion becomes too much for the body to handle. If you see a radical shift where food becomes a chore rather than a pleasure, the biological clock is likely entering its final, quietest hour. Third is the circadian collapse. You will notice the person sleeping significantly more, not just at night, but 14 to 16 hours a day. This is a sign that the mitochondria, the power plants of the cells, are no longer producing enough ATP to sustain a full day of consciousness. This extreme lethargy is the body's way of prioritizing cellular maintenance over physical activity. When the waking hours become fewer than the sleeping hours, it is a scientifically proven indicator that the system is entering its transition phase. However, many seniors and their families struggle with metabolic stagnation that makes this phase much harder than it needs to be. This is a common 2026 health crisis where thick blood and low oxygen delivery cause unnecessary brain fog and physical distress. A lot of my viewers are getting great results with a new breakthrough called citrus burn. It's a 100% plant-based formula that helps break through thermogenic resistance. One thing that's helping thousands right now is how it uses Seville orange peel to boost that internal fire. It comes with a 180-day money-back guarantee, providing a natural way to support a senior's energy levels and metabolic comfort during their golden years. The fourth sign is terminal fluidity, or a change in how the body handles hydration and circulation. You might see edema, or swelling in the ankles that no longer responds to elevation, or a waxen appearance to the skin. This happens because the heart's pumping force is decreasing, and the vascular system is no longer able to push fluids back to the center of the body. If you notice persistent swelling or a change in the color of the extremities, it is a signal that the vascular map is beginning to fade. Fifth is the respiratory shift. Pay close attention to the rhythm of their breathing during rest. In the final year, many seniors develop a pattern of shallow breaths followed by deep sighs, even when they aren't exerting themselves. This is a neurological sign that the brain's breathing center is losing its baseline. It is one of the most accurate biological whispers that the nervous system is beginning to wind down its automatic functions. Often, these signs are accelerated by inflammatory weight, which puts an unbearable burden on a weakening heart. If you want faster results without feeling deprived while trying to keep your energy up, one thing that's helping thousands right now is citrus burn. It is specifically designed to reduce those intense cravings by up to 54%, making it much easier to avoid the heavy foods that cause inflammation. Plus, they're offering 2 free bonuses right now: the Rapid Detox Protocol and Mind Over Metabolism Mastery. These are perfect for cleaning the system, so a senior can feel lighter and more alert even during their sunset years. It's 100% plant-based and contains no stimulants, making it safe for those who need to protect their heart. We must also look at cognitive drifting. This isn't the same as standard dementia. It is a state where the senior begins to talk about going home. even if they are already home, or mentions seeing loved ones who have already passed away. This dual awareness is a well-documented phenomenon in hospice care. It suggests that the brain is shifting its focus between the current reality and a different state of consciousness. When this begins to happen regularly, it is often a sign that the final months have arrived. The sixth sign is the temperature drop. Because the metabolism is slowing down, the body can no longer maintain its standard internal heat. You will notice the person's hands and feet feel cold to the touch, even in a warm room. This peripheral cooling is a sign that the body is shunting all its remaining blood flow to the vital organs, the heart and the brain, leaving the extremities to cool. It is a protective, final-stage biological maneuver that indicates the core is working overtime to stay alive. If you are struggling with a weight plateau or low energy that makes caregiving or staying active feel impossible, one thing that's helping thousands right now is the biggest discount on the 6-bottle pack of Citrus Burn, which currently includes free shipping. This 2026 formula helps break through thermogenic resistance by activating your body's natural heat production pathways. When the body carries less visceral fat, it's much easier for the heart to circulate blood, which can significantly improve quality of life. It's a 100% plant-based solution that comes with a 180-day 100% money-back guarantee, so there's zero risk in seeing if it helps clear the metabolic fog. Finally, we have the surge. Many people in their final year experience a sudden, unexpected burst of energy or mental clarity just a few days or weeks before the end. They might suddenly want to eat a favorite meal, have a long conversation, or sit up in bed. This is the body's final flare. It is a massive release of stored adrenaline and glucose. While families often think this means the person is getting better, it is actually the final candle flicker before the light goes out. The final habit that 99% of people miss is the sensory audit. In the final year, the sense of hearing remains sharp even as sight and touch fade. To support a senior in this phase, you must curate their audio environment. If you miss this last tip, you are leaving your loved one in a state of sensory chaos. You should play soft, familiar music or simply speak in a calm, rhythmic tone. Even if they don't respond, their brain is still listening. This auditory anchoring reduces cortisol and prevents the terminal agitation that many seniors face. It is the secret to a peaceful, dignified final season. By controlling the sound, you control the neurological stress of the transition. Understanding these 7 signs isn't about fear. It's about active grace. It gives you the power to stop fighting the inevitable and start honoring the journey. By clearing the metabolic noise, watching the subtle warnings, and using the sensory audit, you can ensure that the final year is filled with connection and peace rather than confusion. You have the power to make this time meaningful. Start your audio environment audit today and see the calm it brings to your home. Subscribe. Which advice will you start applying today?